Was that my flesh? On the end?
No, that's muscle. A fragment of muscle ripped out by the screw thread.
Are you doing that the right way? Isn't it right to tie, left to loose?
You mean, am I unscrewing, not screwing?
Yeah.
He's unscrewing.
Thank you, nurse.
I know I shouldn't have come to hospital, what with the corona, unless it was an emergency or whatever, I don't...
3 5-inch metal rods screwed into your left ulna and humerus warrant an emergency.
Which one is which? What about the femur?
Oh, that's the leg bone. Who did this to you?
You sure it's coming out, not going in?
How did this happen?
You washed your hands before, saying happy birthday?
I'm wearing gloves. These pliers are sterilised in ethylene oxide. Were you attacked? Drugged? You've told the police.
Nah, I did it.
To yourself?
Yes, nurse.
I don't understand.
I've been so bored, locked down, something to do, just wanted to feel something different.
Well, these rods penetrated 2 centimetres into your bone.
Yeah. Once I started, I kind of got into it. I kept adding other bits from the toolbox. Couldn't stop.
My God.
When will it stop, Doctor? When will it end? Everything is the same now. Was that the screw again?
Yes. The thread.
Catching on the muscle.
How is the pain?
I love that juddering. I can feel every muscle fibre tearing against every twist of the thread.
Or is it
like rattling a stick through a fence in a park full of children's laughter?
Or perhaps a stone skimming, leaping over a crystal lake?
Or dragging your fingers across the bars of an old rusty radiator?
So glad I didn't use nails. No thread.
Strange. His wound surveillance checkup is until next week.
Who, Doctor?
The chap with the holes in his arm. From the screws that he screwed into his own arm. You remember?
No, I'm not sure.
Hello. How is the arm? Nurse, remove the dressing. Yes, I think we can report it's scabbing over nicely. I'm sorry, it's hard to hear through your mask. Nurse, pop it down, would you? Oh my God!
His lips weren't sewn together the last time. I would have remembered. His mouth looks like that meat that's trussed up with string, or sort of red raw and puckered.
Fetch the scissors. Big ones. Goodness, this thread is very tough.
It looks more like wire.
It's blunting the blades. Pass me another pair.
Are you doing that the right way?
Well, I'm going from right to left. You think maybe I should...
Maybe start with the middle ones. Snip a little hole so he can whistle through it.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like me blowing saliva down my school recorder.
Nearly there. Please stop moving your mouth. It makes the thread rip against your lips. What's he saying, nurse?
I think he said it's garden twine for trellises.
Trellises. An interwoven structure that allows climbing flowers to weave and wander upwards, up the flint walls of my late uncle's Dorset cottage. What was the name of the plant?
Honeysuckle.
Yes, honeysuckle. Its fragile fragrance floating free on the late summer breeze.
Or invasive Toxicodendron radicans.
Poison ivy.
Yeah. Its cruel, jagged leaves winding, waiting to burn and blister human flesh. Its ugly stem twisting, threading grimly upwards, strangling all in its path.
He's back. What next? He's mutilated his arm and maimed his mouth. Where does one go?
The penis, Doctor?
Anus?
If he stitched his bum up, his poo would come out in slim, brown slices, like one of those wire cheese graters.
Yes, nurse. I suppose it would.
Doctor.
What a relief it's not the eyes. You didn't...
Sew your eyelids together.
What? I'm not crazy. No, I've got an itch down my arm.
Unrelated to the screw holes?
Yes, Doctor. It's both arms across my shoulders.
Oh, good. I mean, at least I thought that... Anyway, take off your shirt.
And my upper back. Sorry. The scars on my lips make it painful to say words beginning with B.
Oh, look. There's a sort of wormy, bendy thing under the skin.
Oh, yes. It looks like a parasite.
But where does it end?
That's the problem, nurse. I can't find the end. I should have tied knots so it didn't get sucked back into my wrists.
It's not a worm, is it?
No, Doctor. It's a bit of broken hose pipe. That's why it's bending.
Threaded subdermally from wrist to wrist by you, I assume.
It was my idea. But Mum helped. Reminded her of sewing elastic through my coat sleeves as a child. To hang gloves on.
Huh. That's sweet. But the coat is actually your flesh.
Yes, nurse.
So, this procedure seems fairly straightforward, nurse. If you squeeze your end... That's it. And I'll pull mine. Whereabouts is your end now?
Just passing over his shoulder blade. It's like when the drawstring of your hoodie gets lost inside.
Pushing the bendy rods out of a tent.
Squeezing the very last toothpaste.
Or the motion of peristalsis, wringing feces through intestines, and the writhing rhythmic undulation of caterpillars.
Before they transform into dazzling butterflies.
What's wrong, Doctor?
I've lost the thread. I can't find the end.
Feels like it's near my left ulnar, near the screw holes.
I just see a man, endlessly doomed to push a rock up a slope, with sanitized hands, and a snake devouring its tail in self-isolation until the end of time.
I see it too now, Doctor.
It's people.
It's people.
Sad,
Sad.
sterile,
Sterile.
static,
Static.
waiting in a queue,
Waiting in a queue.
twisted round a wicked, jagged mountain with no peak.
With no peak.
I see it too now, Doctor. Each person
Each person,
Each person
2 meters distant in space.
2 meters distant in space,
2 meters distant in space.
But their hearts,
but their hearts,
Their hearts
a million miles
a
apart.
million miles
a
apart,
million miles apart.
Threaded
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 together,
together,
together
but alone
in masks.
in masks.
in masks,
Faceless.
Faceless,
faceless,
Wordless.
wordless,
wordless,
Hopeless.
hopeless.
hopeless, forever.